This one's for all the marbles on Imperial Isle, featuring the two best European teams in Silver Division.
I'm at 16, 17, 18.
I got a request from a few viewers here that Jackal guest commentate later on. When we lose Mr. Phil.
Yeah,
does Jackal accept this?
In about 30 minutes. So Jackal will be taking my spot.
No,
Quality of commentary goes way down.
Exactly what we thought we'd see build-wise.
Pretty much. Hates to put it right on. Your Katharsis will be able to aviate this. They have so much shutdown, interrupts on the Mesmer and the Ranger. They should be able to completely interrupt the Spike, and the first death here on the Spike team.
Guy gets flashed. Oh, this is not good. I don't like to see flash on the very first kill, especially when your team's under pressure.
It's good if you can pull it off though. No SIGs have been burned. They were under pressure for a second there. Had they taken another death, that flash would have been a horrendous decision, but...
It's not over yet. The Monk's probably still under energy trouble. And this Ellie getting fleshed, he's going to be under energy problems. He's probably not going to be able to spike and do his defense at the same time. Things you want to see, unless they're spiking warriors. Which you also don't want to see. Oh, Power Weak on the glowing ice. He's definitely going to be out of energy. I think he had a high set for that cast.
What would you like to see Squad do as we load in and see them instantly on the back foot here?
Well, they're in... I mean, Katharsis really... I don't know what they predict for this build. I mean, they are running balance, so it kind of counters everything almost, but not perfect. But, you know, they do have a ton of shutdown, which is great to have versus Spike. Of course, as I say that, the Mesmer dies at a shield set. Still need that shield set versus Spike.
Still need it, man. It's crazy.
Really need it versus Spike.
I mean, he had a dervish on him for about 10 seconds, and he swapped out a shield set, so there's no reason to die there. That was really the Mesmer's fault. But, you know, they do have a ton of disruption, which is great against a Spike, because they can really keep those Spike characters locked down, and so they don't have enough damage to actually kill. So
I really like what the Dervish from Squad is doing, though. He is just training that Dom Mesmer. He's not really getting many spikes off, but he has completely nullified that Dom Mesmer's effectiveness. Should let his monks get back in.
He looks like he's just bouncing between the Ellie and the Mesmer, and those are going to be his spike guys, because those are the guys who are going to swap out a shield the most.
As soon as he gets off the Mesmer, though, you see exactly what happened to Squad's monks. This Mesmer is free casting. They really can't let him do this. They need to get the enemy Mesmer to interrupt his stuff or get a frontliner on him, or Squad is definitely gonna get totally wrecked. Here comes Spike on the
Big
Mesmer.
Spike on the Mesmer.
That was huge. Great save by Mari FTW. Really saw that infuse come out there.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to come down to that Well Monk with his infuses. Yeah, they definitely need to keep damage on that Mesmer, and the reason you can do that, in case some of our viewers don't know, is you got to keep him kiting and off his casting set, because you don't want a Mesmer casting in a 40-40 set all day, because he will just destroy your team. So you put a damage character on him, and even if he's, you know, getting prots or kiting, he has to stay in the shield set, and he has to kite around and not cast. So you definitely always want to have somebody hitting him, like,
risky play by Squad here. They've been under pressure the entire match, and they choose to run a flag on their flagger and keep their spike intact. Their monks are just continually eating it. Really, really brutal stuff.
He was able to run the short way though, but their monk very exposed here. Gotta see this ritualist get over there and weapon up these monks. They're kind of predictable with these spikes. You'd like to see, I know you want to get the damage on the Mesmer, but I mean, if they get the kills, it's gonna work. But I'd like to see some more varied spikes. It seems like he's all they're going for. I haven't seen Fate of Kronos spike anybody else. I know he's running a flag now, but it seems to just be the Dervish calling. If monks figure out that one guy's calling all the time, easy to prod.
I'd like to see Sir Noxon push up a little here. They've got Fate of Kronos running in this flag. They've had enough of running on that writ. They don't want to take that much pressure.
Now running with the warrior here
do what they need to
is, you know, they might have to do it, but they really can't spike with running with the warrior, because they're just the monks are gonna watch that one offensive character, the Dervish, and they're just gonna prod any target he comes close to, and the spike's never gonna work. You really need that second spiker in the warrior to actually have a good chance in spiking anybody else.
Big spike on him as he's running in a flag in hand. And then the Dervish comes by and kills the Mesmer out of... Oh, never mind. He was in shield sets. We like to see deaths in shield set.
Prefer to see no deaths if you're on that team, but You'll take it in the shield side.
Yeah.
They
Well,
could have
if you
been
look at
targeted demigod swap though. Swap on the
If
last
you look where the
packet of
Prop
damage
Monk
and then
is
die
compared to
anyway.
the Mesmer, they're just playing on complete opposite sides of the map. So the Prop's really not getting to that Mesmer in time. So that's the 2 deaths there. So the Prop really needs to space himself a little better.
I really don't like the way, you know, and I'm not a very good Dom Mesmer myself, but the PTR and Dom Mesmer of your Katharsis, he's really not playing hard on the monks with his like diversion stuff. He's just continuing to go for the spike stuff, which is good, but if they don't, you know, continue to get kills and just really tip it over the edge here, they might eventually take too many spike deaths to, you know, keep going at this pace. I'd really like to see him play a little more offensively.
Yeah, but at the same time, as long as they keep a flag advantage, I think they'll be okay playing that way.
D-shot on Invoke there by Sir Noxon. You know, that's the disruption we like to see. Diversion comes through on the prot, doesn't hit anything. As he moves to the monks, it's not effective if you don't hit him, generally.
The squad really needs to increase their spike frequency. I mean, they haven't spiked for 30 seconds now. I mean, they need to be spiking every 15. And with 2 frontline, it's not that hard to do. And, you know, when you're spiking every minute, it's just so hard to
That was a big spike there. That was well set up. They kind of a fake spike on the Mesmer, and then were able to turn and spike the heal monk without the prop monk being able to have any skills up for him. Oh wow! And then they flesh him. He's gonna and immediately insta-dead. Ooh.
That flush was a horrible idea because the pact was so close to getting off.
Now he's flushed again. He's not gonna have much energy because he died on cast set. Oh, there was a pact? Ooh, that's even more dangerous.
Thankfully he didn't take TP for that second death, but I mean, we'll see how your Katharsis chooses to play here. That's 2 deaths on the Mesmer and 1 on the Monk. You know, will they panic or will they keep their cool? It's really important that they keep their cool and continue to play offensively here. Diversion's coming through.
I would like to see them get on this flag. I mean, right now he's just running and it's just free. Yeah, they're not going to even contest the flag coming in, which is unfortunate.
Looks like both teams kind of looking to not want to go for the flag because they don't want to go for the flag and take the death. We've only seen the kill on the warrior there when he was running in a flag in terms of flag pushing. They're really training this Ellie right now.
By Sir Noxon. Should open up some physical pressure opportunities.
I don't know if this prod is being totally locked down by the Dom Mesmer, but he's just not prodding. I mean, I know he had diversion on him at that point, but he needs to get his prods off correctly.
No Name Squad taking a lot of pressure, and down goes their Elementalist, their Water Ellie.
I really don't think that should have happened. That was definitely an easily savable death.
Fate of Kronos here tried to run it in uncontested, gets snared by the Water Ellie. He's gonna try to sig this Ellie here, gets him up. His team's still under a lot of pressure. You'd like to see a big spike come out of them. I'm watching the Dervish, looking to see if he spikes somebody here. He's electing to spear, clearly needs adrenaline.
I don't know if they're afraid of not having the Mage Brain at stand to interrupt the spike, but I mean, the flag, they're running it in short way every time. And they're pushed so far away from him, I think they could easily create some pressure if they push the flagger.
With it being Imperial Isle, and therefore it's really hard for melee, the solo melee like this Dervish here for No Name Squad to get to targets. It's really hurting them that their warriors having to run all this. Because this Dervish is getting snared so much. I've seen 3 or 4 spikes just get disjointed because he just wasn't able to get to the target. So their wrists are just throwing down the drain. And this Ellie is just dying a lot now. He's up to I think 30 or 45.
Yeah. So he'll definitely be a target in the future.
Simply snaked, simply just flushed into a spike and almost took a death for it.
They're finally putting some pressure on Squad's flagger here.
What needs to change here for either team, Phil? Like, what stands out for one team that you can see being able to just take an advantage?
Well, I think Katharsis could really cement the game if they force the boost, which I think isn't really that hard for them to do if they push aggressively on their flag. Squad really just needs to, you know, try to run with that flagger if they can, because running with the warrior will basically halts their offense. And then with that warrior stand, they need to spike a lot more frequently. And on the DP targets to make a comeback here.
We're seeing the effectiveness of this Dom Mesmer of YK. He's pretty much going uncontested, and you know, he's not hitting every shame and diversion. In fact, he's being not very effective with them, but just the cumulative effect of having all those cast on you means you can't always cast when you want to. And it is just really crushing squad in. You see him losing just so much ground here.
Well, like right now, the monks don't have to worry about a spike because they're running with their warrior. So they're just keeping those, you know, the front line of Katharsis perfectly clean. And it's just so hard for monks to deal with clean front line.
With the dominance on top.
You see them swap flag, and immediately, now that they have 2 melee, they're able to start getting damage in. With Blue's flagger gone, this could be a huge push here for No Name Squad. They're able to suck them in, and now they might be able to get some chain kills.
That was a huge misplay by Mark. She tried to sig reju with the first spike and then died out of shield on a spike on her. Or him.
You can generally tell you made a bad decision.
I mean, this was like immediate. They got the flag off the warrior and just started spiking, and Katharsis was apparently not ready to have that extra warrior in there, and their flagger was gone. Seeing Pathetic Ralph here, looks like he's going to go down after time, and they're going to keep this flag here probably. They shouldn't kick it. So now they're going to have super flag control. This match is completely turned around for No Name Squad. They have a huge edge here.
Turn around in the blink of an eye.
Katharsis now in a DP hole. That's not what you want when you're fighting a spike team. They've lost a lot of that cushion that you want to have in terms of health. And now this warrior also doesn't have to run flag, so it's going to be the entire spike of No Name Squad. Immediately get a Dervish kill.
Way out of position. I don't know what he's doing up there.
He's doing some bad boy stuff over there. Did not really come through.
That's a costly death because I don't think they're in position to get him up, and they can't really push out with offense.
Front line down, healing monk down. This is getting brutal now. Dervish comes up, but
is just falling apart here.
They're just out of position, Ranger down. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what they're doing here.
This is
really
like
poor play.
You would call this a
like
collapse
Manning
for certain.
Up by 3 touchdowns. He gets the ball, throws an interception, gets it back, throws another, gets it back, throws another.
Huge choke here by Katharsis. I mean, they were in such control of the map, and then, you know, a couple misplays, micro mistakes by the Will Monk, and a lot of out of position mistakes just really made this game a lot harder than it needed to be for them.
Do you see any
they do have a
to
chance
come back
here.
From this?
Yeah, I could see them pushing out here, depending on what happens in these next few seconds.
I can see this almost being over, honestly. Bodyguard can go down pretty quick, and they can body block kind of effectively to hold them at least for a few seconds.
Yeah, that's scary.
I'm sitting here almost speechless. Just, it's rare that you see a collapse that huge.
Well, that was, I mean, I want to put this partially on their flagger and partially just on their monks making really bad decisions. But Katharsis, I mean, their team pushed in without their flagger, and their monk, as Phil said, made a really bad choice trying to save a spike with Sig Rejuve, just trying to save energy, I guess. But if you're pushing in, you should already have the energy, otherwise you shouldn't be pushing.
Well, I was wondering
the
Dom Mesmers,
finals.
And they really weren't even, being that effective in terms of, what got diverted and what got shamed. Like, there were no real game-breaking ones. It was just straight up out of position, just completely threw the game away.
You know, we're saying a lot that was to do with Katharsis misplaying it, but No Name Squad definitely took advantage of those mistakes and played a good game. So congratulations to them. They're the winners of the Silver Division. They'll be winning Logitech gaming keyboards and a wireless headset, I believe. So well played.